test. Now for the Excel portion of your assignment, I'm going to do the islands problem again, but first things first is here's an Excel spreadsheet, so you're going to need to open that and to do some of these problems. And if you don't have Excel, you can use OpenOffice or something like that. Just the formatting's a little different. Excel, in my opinion, is one of the nicer ones to use, but use whatever you want as long as you can get it into a spreadsheet. Now this is a little bit small for maybe you to see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and to my selection, for instance. And now there it's a little bigger, a little easier to work with for me or for you to see. First thing I want to know is these are columns, A, B, C, D, and they go on. I think there's 99 of them or 999 of them. We'll never use anywhere close to that. But see how I have highlighted column A, highlighted column B, highlighted column C, column D. Now the numbers going down the sides, these are rows. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, and on and so forth. Each one of these is called a cell. So this is a cell. That is a cell. That here. So, and every cell has a certain address or a location. So this one is located in column A, row 1, so this is A1. This cell would be A2. This cell would be A3. Over here, this would be C2 or D5. And if you ever get lost in what they are, you can always go, like, say if I push an equals sign, and most of the stuff that we're going to be doing in here, whenever you use formulas in Excel, you're going to use an equals. Equals tells you you're going to do math. If you don't put an equals in front, it means you're not going to do any calculations at all. So equals, now look, if I click here, it even highlights, and you can see that it says A2, or there it says A1. If I click here, see, that addresses A1. So whatever is in A1, this cell right here, will be equal to it. You can put a plus in here, and we could put A3. And that's equal to, so B2 is equal to A1 plus A3. Right now there's 0, but if I put a 5 in here and a 7 in here, what's 5 plus 7? 12. So A1 plus A3 is 12. Now I am going to go ahead and do the island problem. Again, problem number 1, same problem we did before. I'm going to do that island problem using Excel. So the first thing is we know that island A plus B. So let's put, and it's always important to put a title on each one of the columns. So I'm going to say this column is A plus B. Notice I didn't put an equals in there. I didn't put an equals, it automatically assumes you're just typing in words or numbers or letters. And if I wanted to center that, I can go up here and I can type in align text middle, or right here is center. I would guess it'd be that one there, align text in the middle. And this column, I'm going to do B plus C. This one I'm going to do A plus C. And this one would be A plus B plus C. And I'm going to go over once more, and I'm going to put in island A, island B, and island C. Now, let's see if this will, if I highlight it all, if I can get it to selection again. There we go. So on the first island, we know A plus B had 15. B plus C had 12. A plus C had 17. And A plus B plus C had a total of 22. So 22 was all of them. Now if we bounce back and go to looking at the algebra that we did earlier, notice I took A plus B plus C minus A plus B in order to get C. Well, if I look over here at C, this one is C, so I'm letting this cell represent C. So I'm going to go equals, and it was A plus B plus C, which is in D2, minus, now, where was it? b plus a plus b. Notice it's a plus b plus c minus a plus b. That will get rid of the c. Minus. And then all you have to do is press enter. So equals those two, enter. And you'll see that it's 7. Let's do A. Well, A, island A, would be the total minus which one? This is the one that subtracts the B plus C. We can look. Island A, okay, A plus B plus C minus the B plus C. So I go back here and I go equals total minus the B plus C. Enter. Here, equals, always the equals, the total minus, well, B is this one, and you'll see again that our answers are 10, 5, 7. Now if I wanted to highlight all these and say I didn't like that and I wanted them all centered, so they'd all centered, that should work. And there we go, now they're all centered. If I wanted these in a different color, you guys know how to do that, highlight them all. They can be red or whatever you want to be their color, whatever these, orange maybe, let's say orange. So there they are. You can even do this, and you can even go here and you can put an undertone on them, or you can get a whole bunch and go good. There, see, there, they're all colored just like that. Whatever you want to do, but there's your answers. Here's how you find your solutions, 10, 5, and 7. So on island problems 3 and 4, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to use the Excel. I want labels. You want to label everything. Monkey around with it. Try and figure out how all this stuff works, but you're going to need to have to label everything. So I want to see all this, and I want to see island A, island B, island C. And then you're going to go ahead, and when I look and when I correct your assignment, I'm going to double click here and notice that equation shows up. Do you see that? See, the equation will show up in that cell. Push enter, I double click this one, the equation will show up in the Excel. So if you do not have an equation in the Excel in that cell showing me the answer, so if all you do is type in the numbers of the correct answer, you will get this assignment incorrect. You'll get it wrong. And I want to see those equations in those cells. Double click here. I can even click once instead of double clicking. And if you look up here, even though it's going to be pretty small up here, you have this f of x part. It shows the equation up there also. So I can tell whether you did the equation or not. So do the equation, then turn it into the Dropbox folder for the Excel.